Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at all kinds of news and headlines from our country, from our city, from our state, from our own sources. We take a look at your questions, your comments, your ideas, your suggestions on how to connect with one another and how to connect with Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. Today is a new week. It's a new month. It's a new year. It is Monday, January the 3rd. And it seems like ages since we connected. Well, at least that's the way it feels for me. I hope you all had a safe and festive and memorable New Year's Eve. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys were up to. I was up to just chilling at home. I had an early evening dinner on January 31st. And I'm happy to report that I was in bed by, I don't know, like 9:45 p.m. And I fell asleep just as I hoped to. Woke up in the middle of the night to a lot of kabooms and fireworks and this, that, and the other. And we'll get to the fireworks in a second. What a crazy New Year's Eve that was. And of course, here we are, ready to tackle whatever comes for the new year. And as always, we have important news to share, amusing news to share. We have the first lady of the year has been detected. Her name is Lady Chatara or Lady Scrap, Lady Junk. I don't know. We'll have to figure out how to best translate the word Chatara. But there's a lady. There's a lady already, and we'll tell you why she became a lady in the second half of the broadcast. In the meantime, of course, if you are new to the broadcast, we always love to welcome new friends. So all you have to do is let us know that you're new by writing the word new in your comment. And if you have something truly important that you wish to bring up, kindly add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment, and we will be very glad to mention it during the broadcast. So let us get started with the news, and we'll take it from there. Okay, well, New Year's Eve was 3 days ago, and yet I think it's worth a bit of commentary because it's like it was announced and then it turned out to not be officially authorized. And then it became one of those things in which it was officially authorized depending on who you ask. I think it was 11:45 p.m. that some sources claimed that the National Defense Secretary said, well, you got to burn the fireworks because it's a national defense issue. And then others said that it was more expensive to destroy the fireworks than to burn them. And apparently the municipality was in touch with the health board all through the evening. And finally, at 11:45, it was decided, okay, we're burning this. Meanwhile, I have seen images of a big electronic screen on the Malecon that displayed the message, the governor says it's canceled, and yet, there were about 8,000 people walking about, according to sources. TV Azteca, one of the national television networks, was broadcasting live through the whole thing. So, I almost wish I had been there just to document the surrealness of this situation in which, it was canceled, but it was not. There were going to be no fireworks, but there were. All I can say is, it happened, and hopefully, whatever happened brought favorable financial consequences to the business community. I hope it resulted in good memories for travelers, and I hope it doesn't make our COVID counts too scary, I suppose. I was happy to be at home, which is exactly where I wanted to be, and I was happy to have a pretty mellow weekend, which is what I wanted to have. Let's see what comes of our municipal government next. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, we are happy to announce that the state of Jalisco has received 793,590 AstraZeneca and Pfizer vaccines destined for booster campaigns for seniors, teenagers, and health personnel throughout the state. We don't have information about specific dates and places where these vaccines will be applied just yet, but I'm sure these will be forthcoming as announced during December of last year. Meanwhile, we do learn that Bahía de Banderas has announced their own booster campaign for seniors 60 years of age and older, along with second doses for those that received their first shot prior to November 7. The campaign will take place tomorrow from 1 to 5 p.m. and will continue Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Toro Bravo Hall in San Jose del Valle. In case you're wondering where on earth that is, it was fairly easy. In fact, it took no effort to find on Google Maps earlier this morning. So if you're wondering where it is, that's where it is, right here. Moving right along, how much do Mexican workers earn each day? Well, as you know, there is such a thing as minimum wage in Mexico. And with the new year comes an increase in minimum wage throughout the country. Minimum wage, I cannot even say it, minimum wage increased from 141 pesos and 70 pesos and 70 cents, to 172 pesos and 87 cents per day. This is roughly $8.40 US or $10.71 Canadian. A slightly higher minimum wage goes into effect and applies to the so-called free zone, which is located in Mexico's border with the United States. So there you have it. For a little over one venti from Starbucks, you have the equivalent of minimum wage in Mexico. That's neither good or bad. That's simply something for us to keep in mind, just for perspective. And now let's take a look at the weather forecast. Let's see what's going on with our weather for today, tomorrow, and the day after. Aha! It's so nice out, but you'll probably get pooped on by an entire flock of birds. Well, not me, because I have a busy day at home, so I won't get pooped by anyone. Maybe Luna will do her duty, but it'll certainly not be on top of my head. It feels like 26 degrees right now, but it is 24 degrees. Our humidity is high at 68%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 76. Our weather forecast for today, clear throughout the day with a high temperature of 28, low temperature of 17. Tomorrow, Tuesday, it'll be a clear day, high temperature of 28, low temperature of 15. And Wednesday will be clear as well, with again 28 and 15 being the high and low temperatures for the day, respectively. Not bad at all. And now, of course, we discussed the Mexican equivalent of Karens twice before the year ended, and now we couldn't start our new year without the first lady of the year. Meet Lady Chatara, or lady scrap. The word chatarra in Spanish refers to recyclable materials left over from product manufacturing and consumption, such as parts of vehicles, building supplies, and surplus materials. In this case, Lady Chatarra is actually Lili Telles, a senator in the state of Sonora, who made a promise to the residents of a small town called Ures several years ago to donate an ambulance. Ures is one of the oldest towns in the States with a population of less than 10,000 people. Well, she received the lady title when she posted on her Twitter account that the ambulance had become a reality, and it's an old unit, but it works. She said it is old, but it works. Well, the gesture was lovely, but she was heavily criticized, particularly when it was revealed that her personal vehicle, a swanky SUV, is worth much more than the aforementioned old but in good working condition ambulance. So that is Lady Chatarra, and this is what it takes to become a lord or a lady in Mexico. Moving right along, and speaking of junk, apparently this was the outcome of a statue depicting Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, which was unveiled last December 29th, just a few days ago, in the town of Atlacomulco in the state of Mexico. The statue was a project by the outgoing Morena mayor of the town, Roberto Telles Monroy, despite the fact that our president has repeatedly stated that he did not want any statues of him erected anywhere in the country. Well, 2 days later, after 2 days after the statue was inaugurated, Mayor Telles ended his run as mayor, and in less than 72 hours, the Cantera statue, which even had a typo in its plaque, was demolished and decapitated in the middle of the night. Why would somebody act so violently? Well, the town is a very, very pre-town, and by pre, I mean the political party, and of course the party for the mayor and the president, and the outgoing mayor is Morena. So as soon as the guy stepped down, well, the sculpture was stepped down as well. What can I tell you? It happens. No good deed goes unpunished, I suppose. And finally, our last headline of today, before we dive into our comments, is you may recall that the SPCA here in Puerto Vallarta, their facilities, namely their animal sanctuary, was severely damaged when Hurricane Nora hit Puerto Vallarta back in August. And now the SPCA is announcing a benefit in an art gallery exhibition to take place on Thursday, January 20th at an Emiliano Zapata art gallery. I will leave you with all the information for this event in the show notes, along with everything else that we have been discussing so far. And now is a good time to take a quick look at your comments just to see what everybody is up to this beautiful Monday morning. I see lots of good mornings as always, and they make me so very happy. It's always great to read you. Do doo 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 doo. Let's see. Logan says it's day 1 of 3 of La Grande Schlep out of the south side and up to Puerto de Luna. Logan is moving. He's becoming my neighbor, and along with his 2 doggies, Honey and Chancla, and that makes me very happy. Let's see what else we see. Oh, good morning, cluster, and especially to all who shine their light to lighten any shady areas. Well, I have some shady areas in my armpits, but I'm not shining any light on those because they're not clean. But you didn't even need to know that. Diane had an overall quiet New Year's Eve. Good for you. And there was some food involved. That's absolutely wonderful. A lot of people watched fireworks. I don't blame you. Uh, let's see what else. Oh, Squee, it's time to watch from the hospital. I'm fine. Well, I hope you are indeed fine, Sean. Thank you for chiming in. Charles arrived this weekend. Good for you. Donna arrived from Calgary. Good for you. Let's see what else we have. Jonathan arrived on Saturday. Good for you. And lots of arrivals. How wonderful. Good to know about the SPCA benefit. You know, SPCA, they're nice folks. They're nice folks, and it was. I was very happy to run into that bit of news this morning. And let's see what else do we have here. So far so good. So far no other comments. I wish I had more interesting news to share at this time, but this is pretty much what we have. We decide. Oh, let me talk a little bit about intentions. We published our pre-recorded broadcast for January 1st. We named a bunch of intentions. We published show notes, and I will be the first person to admit that just writing a list of things is incomplete without giving further indication on how to get closer to those intentions by way of explanations. So, for example, there are some intentions that we shared that we have covered before here at Coffee and Headlines, but we failed to include the headline and the link to the proper broadcast and so forth and so on. So I am thinking we might embark on not only listing the intentions, but a more comprehensive manual of activities and things that we may want to consider adding to our list of intentions or our bucket list um, in terms of how to get closer to Puerto Vallarta, how to better connect. I'm wondering what your comments are to that effect. And let's see, I see more comments coming in, which is lovely. Heather comments, old habits die hard. If ever, the disconcerting part regarding the fireworks is that was the waffling, the indecision, the confusion. Well, yeah, I totally agree with you, Heather. It seems kindly colorful and weird that the government would put together these. Well, I mean, I don't even know why it happened or why it didn't happen, but it happened. And now we can hope that in the future, our government will be more in synchrony with synchronicity with our state government when it comes to these kinds of events. I'm not saying that big events are good or bad, and I'm not saying that they bring or they don't bring COVID. I'm just saying, hey guys, make some sense with your decisions. Let's see what else we have. Ronald's getting closer to getting back. Yay. And Arturo is still in Toronto. I thought you might have come down to visit your family this holiday, but if you were not able to do that, I'm glad to see that you are checking in. And this is pretty much what we have for today. I personally am looking forward to a busy year. It's been a busy 2021, and I'm hoping that 2022 will continue to be as busy for me and for you and for all of us, in a safe year, a healthy year, without a doubt. And let's see. Oh, Mark worked on New Year's from 4 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., then back at 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. Ouch, I would have been a zombie as well. Find some time to chill. Banquets at Lowe's Hotel. That sounds really exciting. Um, let's see. Well, this is it. It's 10:49. This was a short broadcast. I really don't have much more prepared for today. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Um, and of course, we will try to make our way to a taco place between today and tomorrow morning. I think we can arrange that. And if not, we'll just do tacos later on in the week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this community. We look forward to all the things that we've been talking about, more content, more interviews, and more connections between us and our city and our surroundings. You are important in making this happen. Let's see. Oh, a question with a Q. Who knows about bees? We had hundreds of bees arrive in the Malecon store and stayed under our umbrella for 24 hours to rest, I guess. It was the size of a football with them all together. Oh, wow. How crazy. I unfortunately don't know much about bees, but I hope that somebody has a way to shine a light on this. Last but not least, I've spent the last 2 days watching again, rewatching The Crown as I crochet away my new project. And if you haven't watched it, watch it. It is a beautiful, beautiful show. Beautifully done, beautifully filmed, beautifully staged, and that's all I have. Have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, I will see you again sometime soon.